Now at 6, breaking news after a car crashes into a building overnight. Plus what's happening right now to ease traffic going into Mexico.
And a big vote to help San Diego's housing crisis today.
You don't always want your kid to have to worry about healthy food options.
How your donation for local military families could have an even bigger impact this morning.
You're watching CBS 8 Mornings at 6.
We're following breaking news out of Otay Mesa West, where a driver is dead after crashing into this building here. It is 6 a.m. I'm Eric Connert.
And I'm Netta Irampur. Glad to have you with us here. Let's give you a live look now at the scene. You see all the police officers out there. The crash happened just after 4 this morning. It appears to be the Cricket Wireless store near the intersection of Coronado Avenue and 30th Street. You see that sedan into that wall. Not clear what led to this crash or if anybody else was seriously hurt.
So we want to show you a map of exactly where this is here. This is near Bayer Boulevard, across the street from Montgomery Waller Community Park and close to Northgate Market. Working for you to gather more information on this crash. As soon as we get information from these investigators out here at the scene, we'll provide those details to you. Road conditions not too bad here, but things are going to be changing this week. Let's check in with meteorologist Evan Ronnie, tracking that rain.
Yeah, that's right. I know, right? The word we haven't spoken of in quite a while. Wednesday through Saturday is going to be a 4-day stretch where we've got a trough of low pressure sinking in, bringing what could be considered the first winter storm of the season. Now, for us, that's not going to translate to any snow, but it is going to be a colder storm for us. Today, just a mix of sun and clouds, an enjoyable day out there. 74 by the afternoon, 78 inland. Notice our early morning temperatures. They are still chilly out there. 44 right now for Poway, 42 in Ramona, and Hamul. We're at 59 degrees in Alpine, 51. So yes, temperatures are chilly out there, and in some cases we're a little bit cooler than yesterday, but most were falling pretty closely in line with where we were. Here's that live look outside from Mount Soledad, looking at Mission Bay and Mission Beach. It's a beautiful, beautiful start to the day, but again, changes on the way. So coming up, we'll walk you through how much rain to expect, the timing of it all. It's just a few minutes out.
All right, Evan, thank you very much. Beautiful pink skies out there. Today, the San Diego City Council will vote on Mayor Todd Gloria's Housing Action Package 2.0.
Yeah, that's the plan that got the green light from the city's planning commission this summer. And CBS 8's Regina Yarita live downtown to explain what is included in this plan, how it impacts folks here.
Yeah, good morning, Netta and Eric. Part of that plan is to provide more incentives to build more affordable homes for the vulnerable population, a topic that Council President Sean Elo Rivera says is important to discuss at today's meeting.
We've got a very, very important conversation and decision to be made about housing in San Diego. So our most important issue, housing and homelessness, and we cannot solve those problems without creating more housing. On Monday, we're going to have a very, very important discussion about how we can do that in a better way.
And the mayor's Housing Action Package 2.0 aims to bring more housing by creating policies that make it easier and faster to build homes. For decades, the rate of construction of new homes within the city has not kept up with the demand. So some of these policies include fighting for environmental justice in communities of concern. The city plans to phase out industrial uses to make way for more homes and parks. They also plan to bring incentives to address homelessness among college students, people with disabilities, and seniors. So it will provide more affordable housing for those at risk of being unsheltered by encouraging projects of SROs. Putting government land to use, it gives public agencies greater flexibility to develop homes on public-owned land. It also includes turning underutilized strip malls and parking lots into homes and implementing state law to relax parking requirements, giving builders near public transit stops the ability to decide how many spaces they need. So back out here live, leaders say with the housing crisis in San Diego, they need an all hands on deck approach. So that plan is expected to be heard at 2 p.m. in the afternoon. I'm Regina Yarita, CBS 8.
Regina, thank you so much. And now starting today, all 21 lanes going south from San Ysidro into Tijuana are now open. So it all comes after a visit from Mexico's president where he called for lanes to open. We told you about this last week. The wait times going into Mexico were getting longer and longer, some people waiting up to 2 hours. Well, this is expected to now help a bit. But a construction project in Mexico is still expected to impact traffic for up to 6 months. Also starting today, border officials officials temporarily expanding hours at the Calexico port of entry for certain travelers. It's only for people in the Sentry, the Trusted Traveler program. If you have that Sentry pass, those lanes at the Calexico West port of entry will operate 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all part of its 2-month pilot program. And of course, we know the longer wait times are going from Mexico into the U.S. Here's a look at wait times from the CBP website right now. It's 115 minutes right now for the general line at San Ysidro's port of entry, and then 100 minutes going in the general line at the Otay Mesa port of entry.
Speaking of traffic, look at this. A nightmare in Los Angeles this morning as a portion of Interstate 10 remains closed because of fire damage. This happened just after midnight on Saturday at a pallet yard underneath the freeway. It damaged the freeway infrastructure. No injuries reported here. That's the good news, but this is going to create quite the headache. In fact, Governor Gavin Newsom has declared a state of emergency.
The President of the United States will be in California within 48 hours. That's encouraging as well. The White House has appropriately taken this as seriously as it needs to be taken because of the economic consequences and the size and scope and scale of this incident.
Yeah, the 10 is that important to our economy, apparently. This is one of the largest arteries to get to and from downtown LA. People there are being urged to take public transportation or work from home if they can. Right now, you can help feed families of our servicemen and women who are struggling with food insecurity. Feeding San Diego is hosting the Feeding Heroes food drive through November 26th. CBS 8's Esmeralda Perez spoke to military families about what this help means to them.
Support the Enlisted Project partners with Feeding San Diego to help military families facing food insecurity. Some of the people that I spoke to tell me if it weren't for these type of events providing assistance, they wouldn't be able to qualify for these resources.
A collaboration between two organizations helps military families get access to fresh fruits and vegetables through their distribution events.
With the increase of gas and groceries, just any relief has been extremely helpful.
Riley Johnson drove down from Camp Pendleton to attend this distribution event at STEP headquarters. Her husband serves in the U.S. Navy and she works full-time. She says since moving to San Diego, times have been tough.
You don't always want your kid to have to worry about healthy food options, and so it's hard to talk about.
With the help of Feeding San Diego, Johnson and many other families picking up produce are able to provide these nutritious foods to their loved ones.
A lot of the times, because we live on base, we don't always qualify for assistance by the government.
Feeding San Diego is dedicated to help bridge the gap of food insecurity. That's why they created their Feeding Heroes program.
They make sacrifices. We should not have them sacrifice good, nutritious food to make their ends meet.
Feeding San Diego partners with several military organizations in our county to provide food. Service members also have the opportunity to receive this assistance at Camp Pendleton every month.
Being able to receive food, it helps our families offset the cost of everyday needs. So you have to have food, and by being able to come here and get it, they can put that money towards something else.
Esmeralda Perez, CBS 8.
And you can learn more about the Feeding Heroes food drive at feedingsandiego.org. Today, by the way, is double match day. So every dollar donated will be matched by the USS Midway Foundation up to $25,000. So you feel like you're given double at this point.
Yeah, that's so important to help out, make sure military families are not going hungry. It's just such a sad thing that we have to go through.
Absolutely. We had the Veterans Day parade here this past weekend, which was a lovely weekend for that.
Beautiful weekend. Yeah, I know a lot of people had those outdoor activities. So weather showed up for us.
It did.
We are starting off the new week with a continuation of those conditions. You can see how we're starting off our Monday. Chilly mornings, remember, we had that already for the last week or so with those clear skies overnight. So chilly below normal temperatures in the early morning stretch and overnight. And then by the afternoon, warming above average. Remember, average is 71 degrees, right? And look at the last 14 days of temperatures. We've only had 3 days in there that were below average. So afternoon highs have generally been above average. And yesterday we hit 80 degrees in downtown San Diego. That was nearly 10 degrees above average. Today we're going to cool down by a few degrees. Onshore flow resumes. What a gorgeous start to the day. Sunrise 6:17. We're still 8 minutes out from it. Sunset's going to come at 4:49 out there, but a lot of pink that we see with some high clouds out there, some cirrus clouds mainly. Winds are still offshore, so those don't affect those high level clouds for the most part. But since winds are so calm, they're also really not playing a huge role in our morning. It is just the dominant direction of wind. But again, we're going to see those winds shift back onshore throughout the day, especially into tomorrow. And that's going to encourage some more coastal clouds, some cooler temperatures, especially by midweek. But today and tomorrow are pretty much parallel with this mostly sunny trend on hand. Temperatures warming up nicely each afternoon, and then the daily cool down comes as the weekend approaches. Wednesday is going to be the first day of wet weather. A lot of that looks to taper off for Thursday and then resume Friday. Friday is going to be likely the wettest day, and then Saturday is expected to be the coolest day. And throughout this 4-day stretch, we're still going to be picking up on wind at times too. All in all, in that 4-day stretch from Wednesday through Saturday, we're looking at about an inch total of rain coming down. Let's check in on traffic, see how your roads are shaping up. And hey, not a big surprise out there. You saw the view. It's gorgeous. So road conditions are fine out there. No fog to start off the morning. Temperatures are pretty chilly out there. We don't have any major crashes or collisions popping up according to CHP, and also really not seeing much in terms of backups out there. So we're pretty smooth on the roads in total. Back to you.
Evan, thank you so much for that. And still ahead here, the field of Republican presidential candidates gets smaller who just dropped out.
The safety of our troops and our civilians are of utmost importance to the President of the United States and to me.
How the U.S. is responding to attacks on service members in the Middle East. Plus, here, kitty, look what it took to trap this escaped lion.